So, many years ago, I watched a YouTube video of a Frenchman who set himself an unusual challenge. He started a journey in a small town in France and had to make his way to Paris by foot. But he started completely naked. So, when I tried to find that video for our talk today, after typing in naked French guy on an adventure, I had to delete my browser history. But I still haven't found the video, by the way. By a show of hands, who here would like to start their next trip completely naked? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, now, the question is this. Confucius said, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. I think he was wrong. I think it starts with packing your suitcase. Now, why is it that sometimes we pack our suitcase for a journey more carefully than we pack our journey for life? Because just like that French man, we're on a journey every day without realizing it. The journey of life. This is where goal setting comes into play. But before this, let's quickly see what it looks like when we plan just a normal trip. We're very careful and we're prepared for all types of scenarios. When I pack a suitcase, I might pack a raincoat because there might be bad weather. I'll pack swim shorts because I might want to go to the pool. And I'll pack nice shoes for dinner. But if we pack our suitcase for life, why are we sometimes not as careful? What am I talking about? We have decades ahead, and every day is a journey. So we have years and years ahead for our journey. But for that journey, we seldomly pack. And this is where goal setting really comes into play. Just imagine I had put these slides up while I was talking. This one was for packing, and this one was for that we don't pack when we're packing for our life. Because sometimes we forget that we pack our suitcase for our life's journey. Now, this is a flashback to what can happen when you do not set goals or you set them carelessly. Back in 2020, I was in a hospital bed, which should have been my deathbed. Even though I had a great business career, even at the time during the week, on weekends, I drank alcohol excessively because I was profoundly unhappy. And so, when a fight broke out, I actually broke the second vertebrae on my neck. Yes. So, when my father came in the hospital room, I could barely look him in the eyes. I had realized that I had packed my life's suitcase all wrong, because it was all business attire with no room for leisure, joy, or peace of mind. Now, we are here in a business school, and we all know management tools, and we know how to organize, etc. And we use this for a business. But why do we not use this for ourselves and packing our life's suitcase? So how do we pack? It's a quite simple 5-step process that I had to apply it because my back was against the wall. Number 1, divide life into areas. If I was to ask you to tell me something about your life, you couldn't answer the question because it's just too complex. But if I asked you to tell me what you ate yesterday for dinner, you could answer it. Mind you, you basically also answered the first question, because you did tell me something about your life, but the question was more specific. Who here knows how to eat an elephant?
Small pieces at a time.
Very good. 1 bite at a time. That's how you eat an elephant. And we cannot just eat the elephant of life just like that, and we can't set a goal that is so vast. We have to divide life into areas to make it actionable. Step 2, make it emotional. I want to get fit. That's not a goal that I can use. That's not going to get me off the couch. But getting a six-pack so I can get my ex-girlfriend back. Or wanting to be the most beautiful bride at her wedding day with everybody staring at her in awe as she walks down the aisle. Now that will get you going. So the goal has to be emotional that you have set for the area of life. Next, make a goal rational. Being fit, being proud, being pretty. How can you measure that? Well, you can't. You might as well throw the goal out until now. We have to make it rational. Maybe there's X amount of kilos that I want to lose. Maybe there's a certain amount of time I want to go to the barber. Whatever it is, make the goal rational too. And then plan and do the actions and habits. If you really set goals for every area of life, you will have so many goals and so many actions, you will feel overwhelmed. And again, you might throw them out again. But in order to do this, you need to carefully plan how you then take the action. And then do the action. And lastly, review and adjust. Just because you forgot your slippers on the last trip doesn't mean that you're not going to pack a suitcase for the next one. You're still going to pack a suitcase. Just like even if you might not have hit every goal, you will probably still want to set goals for the next trip or the next epoch of the journey of life. All right, so Nils, that's a great theory. How do we apply it? We sit in business school for 5 years to learn the theory. Now let's apply it and go into it. I want to give this to you today so that if you looked at this video at the end of today, I want you to be able to do this for yourself if it is interesting to you. Divide life into areas was number 1, right? Yes? So, you say, Nils, that is so complicated. How am I going to divide life into areas? That is easier said than done. It's not. It's already done. Let me do it for you. Number 1, mental and emotional well-being. Number 2, physical health, fitness and appearance. Number 3, character, education and interests. Number 4, family and friends. Number 5, romance and relationships. Number 6, money, finance and business. Number 7, lifestyle and adventure. Number 8, charity and giving back. I learned something about microfinance today. And number 9, spirituality and purpose. Life is chunked up into areas. Great. Now what? Who remembers step number 2?
Make it emotional.
Good. Make it emotional. We cannot set emotional goals for every area here today, but we can give an example. So, for my family and friends, I would like to present the emotional goal for me that means a lot. When my family and friends need me, I am there. I'm with them in everyday life in a loving and inspiring way, and we experience memorable events together. I take gigantic care of the people around me, and they love me for my good heart and down-to-earth character. When I look into my mother's eyes as I hand her the keys to her new Mini Cooper that she's dreamt about since she was a child, she feels a lot of joy. My dad's eyes are filled with pride as he knows and sees how I take care of my family as they're approaching the later years of their life. Thank you. Now, now this was one area, and this was my goal. And just imagine we did this for 9, and you each had your individual goals. The next one, number 3, the R is hinting at it.
Make it rational.
Very good. Make it rational. Well, how am I going to measure if my dad is proud? I can't measure that. But what can I measure? Didn't I say I wanted to make sure that I have memorable events with my family? Yeah. So I can't even measure that. But what can I measure? Well, maybe I can measure that I will be on a 4-day trip at least with my family on a holiday this quarter. That's a clear, measurable goal of which I know when I have achieved it or if I have not. And this, mind you, is still only one example. Who remembers step number 4?
Plan the action.
Very good. Plan the actions. It's really nice to have an emotional goal. It's really nice to have a rational goal. But now, what do I do with that goal? Because now it's only a goal. These are the actions that I derive from it. So, in order to have a 4-day holiday with my family, number 1, ask them if they want to go on a holiday with me too. Number 2, check my budget. Number 3, check their availability. Number 4, check my availability. Number 5, match our availability. Number 6, check Airbnb. Number 7, book Airbnb. Number 8, transport. Number 9, do the transport or book the transport. Number 10, plan the trip. And number 11, do the trip. So, this is possible to do. We can do this. We can do the individual actions. But why don't we? Because life, in essence, it's still complex, but it does deserve planning. So, this is the actions. And who remembers number 5?
Adjust and review.
Say again? Here we are with the suitcase again. Just because I forgot to pack the slippers doesn't mean that I'm not going to pack for the next trip. So I have to adjust and review. Again, we're at a business school. If a company doesn't make a profit in a quarter, they're not going to say the next quarter, well, we're not going to do goal setting anymore. No, you try to adjust. You try to see what went wrong in the system. How do I make it work so that we reach our goals? And sometimes when we set life's goals, they just end up in a drawer and we never look at them again. We say, that didn't work. It works, but we have to readjust and we have to find the holes in the system. So keep going. Because as long as you keep this going and you pack for your own, and it wasn't only about me, it was about me and my father and my family, so I couldn't give up. And so I have to readjust. So keep doing it, and you'll get there. Lastly, I do want to admit some weaknesses here, of course. Sometimes I smoke a cigarette, and I don't like doing it. Sometimes I can't get up to work for my company and I just watch Netflix instead. And sometimes I have a fight with my best friend. Well, that's called life. But also, what this method has helped me do from that hospital bed was it enabled me to now, number 1, not drink alcohol anymore, which was very important for me. Number 2, I now live in Bangkok, Thailand, a place that I had wanted to live since I did my semester abroad there almost 10 years ago. And also, I have a company that works again. And not only that, but we just came back from a 4-day vacation from a town where we always used to do holidays when I was a kid in Liverpool, England. So, what I want to inspire today, this is us being on the vacation and reaching the key result for the quarter, the rational goal. So, what I would like to urge you today is to reevaluate your suitcase. Are you ready for life's journey, or is it maybe time to repack? Because we might have the opportunity to pack things that are very important to us by just planning them well. So, please reconsider to set goals that will help you on your journey, unless you want to end up like the naked Frenchman, forever lost in my browser history. Thank you.